This is Sanja.
Yo, check it out. It's my girl Sanja.
Oh, yeah.
Yo, what up, Sanja?
All right, so welcome to another episode of Random-ish with Sanja. How you doing? Early in the morning, before even getting ready for the day, I haven't even taken my morning walk, y'all, okay? Inspiration has hit, and therefore, we got to go with the flow, you know what I mean? Yeah, I'm actually showing the inspiration. Yeah, sometimes you just got to go au naturel. Show what you actually look like first thing in the morning. I wish more females would do that, you know? Stop with the whole, like, I woke up like this, fresh face and everything. You know, whatever, girl. You know you freaking went in the bathroom. You put a little tiny bit of, you put a little tiny moisturizer with your foundation, put it on, and you put just a little tiny bit so it looks like you didn't really put anything on, but you actually did put something on. Fellas, do you know that that's like a whole thing? That's even what I do. Like, I look like I don't have makeup on, honey. I got makeup on. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, this is exactly what I wanted to talk about today is natural or nurture. A couple of things have just dawned on me that, you know, we're really fighting our nature a lot, our very natural nature of how to be and how we should be living and all of that good stuff. But like literally every single day, we are fighting our natural nature. When we get up, what we do in the morning, you know, what kind of foods you're eating, how you're doing your hair. That's what really got me started on this whole thing. Cause see, right now I've got it on my, on the video. I'm letting my hair just be natural and free. Just do your thing, girl. Just do your thing. Big, thick, long, luxurious, all that good stuff, right? But of course, you know, used to be, can't really walk around with my hair like this. You got to flat iron it, put in braids, do something, put it in a ponytail, do something, because it's a frizzy hot, you know, it's lovely. I'm trying to not be mean to my own hair anymore. I'm trying to not say you a frizzy hot mess and be like, nah, girl, the frizz is beautiful. You know what I'm saying? Because that's just, it is what it is. You know what I mean? And I've had stylists be like, oh, well, you need to cut off the ends. Honey, that my hair does the same damn thing no matter what length it is. So shut up. That's not what it is. It's just my hair. You know? So that got me to questioning because literally yesterday, okay, I was like, what I'll do during the summertime, I just don't even attempt to flat iron or do my hair because it gets crazy. So what I normally like to do is just put it in a ponytail, call it a day. But what happens is about towards the end of summer, I get real sick of putting my hair in a ponytail. And then I'm like, my sides are breaking and you know, it becomes a big deal to me. Right. And then I want to wear my hair down, let it just be this, you know, big fro. And then I feel like I can't, you know, but times have changed and now natural hair is everything. So yesterday I was thinking I want to wear my hair down, you know, and it just was like poof, you know, because it's super humid out here. And I was like, man. So I was like, okay, this is what I'm going to do. First I was like, I'm going to go out just like this. And then I was like, but it looks like your hair's not combed. Then I was like, fuck it. Okay. I'm going to flat iron it just a little bit. Right. So I did. And it was the funniest thing to me because then it started to rain. Right. And of course, that's no big deal. I was inside the car. However, there was rainbows yesterday. Asked the universe, hey, you know, did a little test thing type deal. And pretty awesomely, as I was not expecting rainbows, but kind of was, because it started to rain. I saw that it wasn't that like bad. So I was like, ooh, maybe I'm going to see a rainbow today, right? And it was the funniest thing. I picked up some interesting people is what I'll say. Sanja, be nice. Okay, so I picked up some interesting people in my car, and their conversation started to turn to like what they normally talk about, and I was like, I'm sorry, but while you guys are in my car, I need you to not talk about that. You could wait till you get to wherever it is that you're going. You know what I mean? Yeah. I usually don't try to command people's conversation, but I was like, I'm looking for rainbows and y'all over here talk about some bullshit. You know what I'm saying? And they were like, oh, and then it was so funny because as soon as I said, I'm looking for rainbows, you know, I said, and there's one right now. It popped up and it was right on top of the highway. It was great. So what had happened is that we then saw like quite a few more, and on my way to taking them where their destination was, right as we get off the highway, and I actually went a way that was not directed by the GPS, but I went that was directed by my heart. And I actually took video of it, the end of the rainbow. I've never, ever, 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 in all of my times of seeing rainbows, except for those straight up and down ones. I mean, but, still, I've never seen the end of a rainbow, like, actually touching the earth. And, like, I actually see it, So we drove right to it, and it was like, oh my God. I was like, oh my God, look at that, And it was the end of the rainbow, right? Going right into these bushes, right? Right to the tree. And I was like, this is so dope. And of course I got out of the car because I was like, oh my God, we need a picture. I need a picture of this spot, So I get out of the car, like stood right next to the door, people. Didn't walk away. I did not walk away. Okay. Stood right at the door frame of my car. But anyway, stood at the door frame of my car. What happens? It's drizzling. Get a few drops on my head. And what happened? So my hair ended up looking exactly how it looked in the bathroom before I motherfucking left. Okay. So that made me say, and I looked at myself in the mirror and I just started cracking up. I said, ain't this about a bitch? You just come out looking how the fuck you want to any damn way, right? Doesn't even matter what I do. You just gonna you just gonna do you, right? Okay, boo, do you, boo. So my question now is, I then started thinking about all kinds of shit because, of course, I've got West Fest on September 7th, and I'm like, I got to be in front of the whole town on the stage. Like, we want to have our body together, even though, like, we gained 20 pounds, and, like, so, and so I'm like, okay, I'm, doing my workouts and stuff like that. But here's the funny thing. Now, I love to work out because I like to be strong, but I don't really necessarily always care about being super skinny, even as a trainer, I was never super skinny, but I was at least, 25 pounds lighter. So I'm kind of like, trying to watch what I'm eating. Let's leave the carbs alone. Do you know how much I love carbs? Do you know how much I love carbs? Oh my God. I'm like Oprah. I love bread, and, I'm like, here I am. I'm over here fighting my natural nature. Here's what's funny is that it dawned on me last night that I normally don't eat bad anyway. I only have like sweets every once in a while. But if a bitch tries to call herself being on a diet or being like, oh, I want to lose like 2 inches, then all of a sudden I start eating crazy. I find it so interesting that, at least with me anyway, that when I try to like fight my nature and do it like in okay, I want it done like this, and I try to do it in some kind of like plan, you know what I mean? Or say, this is what I'm going to do, then it doesn't work. But if I just like have a intention or like this would be cool, you know what I mean? Then when I do things softly and then like nature kind of like just, it's like, then I just naturally eat better and I naturally, you know what I'm saying? Interesting. You know what I'm saying? Because I am her. I'm over here trying to blend in and look normal, and had the thought, am I fighting my hair's nature right now? Like, does my hair want to be loud and free and do her thing? Because if we all, side note, science, right? So like science is quantum mechanics. We're beginning to realize that all of your cells, like their eyes, like they have their own agenda. So I'm like, okay, so does my hair, and we say bad hair days. That's because, bitch, your hair, let me be free. You better stop fighting me. You better let me be curly and be frizzy and just walk around and be like, I'm the shit. You better stop trying to blend in with everybody else. I feel like that's what my hair was saying. Okay. And then I saw this beautiful end of the rainbow, which made my hair get wet, and made my hair turn back natural. I'm just saying. Now, of course, I like manicured gardens, so there are very beautiful things that we have that are sculpted and, created by hand and that are very beautiful. And then there's a lot of very beautiful things that are created by nature, and have been molded by time and, water and other elements, and Grand Canyon, for example, but then you have like the pyramids. That's beautiful too. And that was totally man-made, or alien-made. But you let them tell it, honey. what is it? Levitation is the magnetics. Yeah, too. And yeah. So anyway, but I'm just saying, like, so are we really fighting our nature? Now, here's the thing: is I read in this book, okay, and this got me, really questioning and thinking about this 4 years ago, because in this book it was saying, if only all humans understood their importance in the grand scale of survival, if only all humans could see that barriers between belief or geography or skin are of no importance to the perpetration that, oh my God, oh my God, I cannot fucking say this right now. Perpetuation, good night, okay. I'm not even gonna take that shit out. Let it fucking stay. Okay. Of their species. If only all humans saw themselves as a tiny but uniquely important pieces of our universal design. But by nature, the human is affected by instinct, emotion, and imbalance. A human will turn on one of its own species for reasons that will never matter in 1,000 years and likely not matter even in 100 or in 10. So I was like, wow, that's some deep doo-doo stuff, because the other day I was talking to this chick. We were talking about how people, and so some people are bad and da-da-da-da-da, and there's people that believe that the world is like, just coming to an end, and there's other people that believe that we are just beginning. I'm personally one of those who believe that we're just beginning, because I think that it is kind of important that, we do look at ourselves and our lives and our world, and we're like, we want to have some nurturing intentions on it and how we would like for it to be. But I think that we kind of need to stop going against our own nature so much, because you do kind of return to your nature no matter what, and I don't think that it's necessarily so bad. And I'm not really into buying into this whole, like, we have this fight or flight thing and that we've stayed because we were cavemen, thousands of years ago. I just feel like many generations have taken place, and I think that those old modalities have to leave, just because if things are constantly changing, then maybe our ancestors, they were like that with the fight or flight because they had to deal with that. But like our kids and they kids, them kids ain't feeling like that. They expect everything. Haven't you noticed? They like, what you mean I can't have that? What your problem is? What you mean I gotta live off of this? Why? Because their expectations are different. They don't have that same fight or flight. Why? You know what I mean? I don't know. I just really do think that we do evolve and naturally. And I think maybe that's what's going on. Maybe we're in this whole little evolution process and mofos don't know it. And so you know what that means, when just like with the kids in the teenage years, when they start growing up, man, some parents, you be having to tap that ass. And if you don't tap that ass, you have to ground them or do whatever. You know what I mean? But you better do something. There's always some kind of tension and friction. But anyway, I digress. Yeah, so I guess what I'm really trying to say is that for me, because I can't tell you what to do, but I'm going to tell me what to do. I'm going to start letting some of this natural nature, rock on, and if I want to eat a damn donut, then I'm going to eat a freaking donut. And if I feel like working out, I'm going to work out, I'm going to stop looking at everybody else. And, even though we are in this very social society, looking at everybody else, because I think we're all doing that anyway. It's really becoming a thing. And I've kind of always been doing it, but you know what I'm saying? Sometimes though, you want to participate and, you see stuff that you like and you're like, ooh, I want that. I want a tiny waist with a big booty. I already got the big booty, but that's not in my nature. So, it is what it is. I like me. I like me some me with the frizzy hair though. This definitely, my hair, I ain't gonna lie to you. This is definitely a new venture for me because my hair is not all the way African. It's got all kinds of different nationality in it. So my hair just, girl, I know there's other people who understand, especially when you got curly hair. You feel me? My hair be looking different every day. It's like, it's like me. Oh man. See a different side every day. It's like, wow, okay, same at the core, you know what I mean? same at the core, but sometimes it's a little more curly, sometimes it's a little straight, sometimes it's super frizzy, sometimes it's beautiful and just hangs there, yeah, so it is what it is, baby. It is what it is, right? I'm gonna be like the Woda. I'm gonna just gently shape our lives, right? Instead of being so forceful, right? So deliberate. I even noticed that with my manifestations too, that it depends. If I'm really feeling good and I get specific, then it plays out. But generally, if I just kind of stay neutral and just happy and satisfied, then it comes out better, Sometimes it is fun to really direct it. Sometimes it is fun to be like, yo, I'm about to lose 20 pounds, drop that 20 pounds, feel that satisfaction and be like, what? You know what I mean? And sometimes it's cool when I've done that before, where I was just doing me. I was just feeling good. I felt like exercising, felt like doing my thing. And then all of a sudden I went to try to go to do this fit modeling for a size 12. And literally the first time I dropped the weight, that's exactly how it happened. I was just following my inspiration and impulses. And I was in New York as an actress and doing all of that good stuff. Expensive, and that's why I had to give that up. But I went for an audition to be a fit model at FIT, at the Fashion Institute, and it was for a size 12. And when I got there, the lady measured me and she was like, you're a size 8, and was pissed off at me. And I was like, what are you talking about? I'm a size 12. All my clothes, size 12. You know what I'm saying? What are you talking about? I was like, look at my pants, size 12, And she was, you don't know. And we measure people. You're a size 8, okay? And I was like, oh my God. I left there so happy. So I think I'm going to lean back into that, keep following the inspiration, let go so much of having this specific goal. And again, because that's what works for me. You're different. Maybe it works different for you. But for anybody else who is feeling like this, girl, I think that we got to learn how to just go with the flow. We set our intentions. We want to have a good hair day, and then we just going to have to rock with however the hell that comes out, because, you know what I'm saying? And then realize it is a good hair day. Yeah?
This is Sanja.
Yo, check it out. It's my girl Sanja.
Oh, yeah.
Yo, what up, Sanja?
Hey there. Hi. So thanks for listening to my podcast. I do appreciate it very much. You have no idea how this too is a manifestation of mine. My life has been full of, let's just say, interesting moments. I've dealt with abuse, mental issues, suicide, family drama, homelessness, domestic violence, slander in the workplace. I've been through a lot, and honest to God, it's a freaking miracle that I'm not cracked out on drugs, or that I'm not just a crazy, mean biatch. There's been something that has always kept me centered. And that was the exploration of my mind, because I had to learn how to soothe myself. In that exploration of my mind and learning how to soothe myself, I started studying nature and the laws of nature, and just things got attracted to me. And I began to realize that my mind was a lot more powerful than I had any idea. And I started doing experiments. So I was able to turn my life around, because trust me, girlfriend was heading in a bad direction. And although I'm not perfect and I still have a ways to go, because we're always learning, I wrote down a lot of the advice that I've given to my friends. People ask me questions. I don't know. People always just tell me that they love my energy, and, and they listen to what I tell them, because apparently sometimes, I don't know how it happens, but I seem to say things that are right on point for whoever it is that I'm talking to. So I wrote it in a book, giving life examples through my life. It's not just like a how-to, I'm literally telling you a few stories, things that have happened to me. That's how I picked up on these things. It's called Manifest Beauty. Manifest Beauty, what that is, it's the alchemy of using negative energy as a catalyst to create in your life and create beauty in your life and in other people's lives. That's what manifesting beauty is. So I would love if you would be one of the people who have read the book. Hey, I sold my first copy in person too, so that's super exciting. It's available on Walmart.com, on Amazon.com. It's available in print and ebook form. The print version, if you get that way you can take notes and write little things in the back. There's exercises in there for you to do to show you that your thoughts are really proteins going out there and creating things. And it's written in a way that it's not going to go over your head. It's not like too, mumbo jumbo and too wordy. It's a very quick read, take about 30 minutes. You could do some exercises right away in it. And I just hope that you can find as much peace as I have found, even through going through muck, because you know how life is. Stuff just keeps coming at you and you got to kind of have, it's like a little preparation, So check it out. Manifest Beauty. I'll stop talking now. Again, thanks for listening. Appreciate you.